This is why I wanted to talk to y'all. Like, Brother Vernon is my cousin, but we both Sunni Muslims, and so in our community, we have issues with the Salafi community, and then everybody got issues with the Nation of Islam community, right? So then no one ever works together. We all black and we all Muslim, and then nobody works together because we can't unite under one thinking. Where I'm totally okay with, like, all right, they believe what they believe, and we believe what we believe, and what's up?
Right? Unite under an idea.
Yeah.
You started off. You remember when you started off after Michael got finished?
Mm-hmm.
You started off with what 2 words? Do you remember?
No, what I said?
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right. See, that's where it begins with what you think, and then it filters on out to how you think. You see, if we think that we can come together under one thought, and then we practice that, then we open up a whole new paradigm. Because we haven't been thinking together on one line prior to this point. You see? Mm-hmm. So we have to condition ourselves to think that it could happen. You see? Because anything that your mind can conceive, it can achieve.
I think it can happen. I just don't think, like, I would love to, like, if we had a Khalifa of the Muslim world. Like, I just forget black, Pakistani, white, whatever. Just the Muslims in general, we need a Khalifa. There's never been a time in the history of Islam, other than now, where we didn't have central leadership. You know what I mean? But in today's time, everybody think they're a leader. So it's like, if you have one, you might say, oh, we're going to follow this person, and then he starts beefing with somebody else, and then now that person breaks off, they got their own group, and these people got their own group, and everybody's fighting. Like, if Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad was alive, I don't even know if they would be able to get, like, if they had to start that movement now, I'm not sure if they'd be able to get off the ground with the way the community is.
Right.
Yeah, it's so divided. You know?
Let me add this 2 things. You mentioned that you're Sunni.
Mm-hmm.
We Muslims.
Yeah.
Regardless of what we want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
we're Muslims. And all of us are striving to submit to do the will of Allah.
Mm-hmm.
To submit our will entirely to do the will of Allah. Surrender. Give up our life to be a righteous Muslim, following what is laid down in the scriptures, and particularly the Holy Quran.
Yo, Blacklight. No background music. I'm going to have to start toning that background music down a little bit. But this is a very important topic. I'm glad the brother, is bringing it up. 3 different doctrines, but none of them is really getting the whole point. The point is this. We're not doing the will. Living in America, you're not doing the will of Allah. You're doing the will of your oppressor. You're aiding and abetting a criminal government. United States established this government by being a bully and a con man and a sadist, a plagiar. So we're in a what they call a pandemic. This government right here has spread its tentacles all over the planet. He got army bases in Europe, army bases in Africa, all over the planet. He occupying with military might, converting Muslims like Saudi Arabia. They abetting and aiding and abetting these criminals. So a Muslim, you follow the will of God. Islam has no borderlines because the Creator created the entire universe. So you are the temple of that which He created, living within the temple of righteousness and the temple of the universe, because it's divine order. See, divine order versus law and order. Law and order is established by those who made or who has conceived of the United States, which is only an abstract government. It's out the minds of uh, criminals to feed off the people, to control the people, feed off the people, become their God, and become their God and their word I'm looking for, leech. How can a leech be a God? They use your energy and you work for them. No matter what you do, you got to pay taxes. Everything you do, you got to pay for it. And only way you can pay for it is to use your energy, and you work for them. The Nation of Islam don't work for themselves. The Sunnis, no matter what you call yourself, you're not working for God. You're not following the will of the Most High. You want to be a Muslim. By nature, you are. But you're living other than yourself. You just started using Muslim names, spiritual name. And if it wasn't for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you wouldn't be using Muslim names. And Noble Drew Ali. And names and language have vibrations. So you're fooling yourself. And you don't think about it deeply enough. We all are prisoners of war, but it don't feel like it because we're not in a concentration camp. But we're prisoners of war because our mind is confined to serve our number one enemy. And when you admit it to yourself that this is true, then the things begin to change. You start working together because a democracy means the majority rules, see. So if they can get all y'all thinking the same way, all of us thinking the same way, You can't contradict uh, the program. You know, so we all following the program of Allah's arch enemy. I don't know if y'all can understand what I'm saying, but I'm going to attempt to try to make you understand. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was on the right track. And y'all didn't want to believe him. And so now you think you're making progress, but you're not. Because you could afford some luxury items, but you're not following the will of the Creator. You're under the will of the American flag, and that's why the police, if you don't, when you see the police, they want you to bow down and worship. That's why they messing with little 6-year-olds. They putting in their brains fear. Same tactics they used on the plantation. It's black light. Stay tuned.